This is going to be a really unpopular opinion, but bipolar is a load of horse shit. I was in the Marine Corps for 5 years, and about 3 years in, I was diagnosed with bipolar 1, right? And when you truly look at bipolar, you look at the disorder, and especially if you have bipolar, I actually want you to do this. Take a look at your childhood and see how crazy it was. How you had crazy high highs and crazy low lows, especially if your parents were divorced. Or like one of your parents was a drug addict. Like think about how low the lows were and how high the highs were, and then think about bipolar. They tell you that you have symptoms of major depressive disorder, and then they tell you that you also have, or major depressive would be down here, and then you have like symptoms of mania, right? So these are what I believe are the actual causes of bipolar, and I don't even call it bipolar because it's something that you can fix. Meds won't fix it, but you can fix this in your own mind and your own body. So the causes of bipolar, in my opinion, are one, your childhood being all over the place mentally and emotionally. So basically all you're doing in your adulthood is reliving the same patterns, because your mind and your body were trained to live these patterns all throughout childhood. So now, because they were never fixed or they were never addressed, now you're reliving them into adulthood. Also, lack of control of thoughts. If you don't have control of your thoughts, or you don't understand how to maneuver your thoughts, you could get a super high thought right now. 2 minutes later, or hours later, right? You could get a really low thought, and if you play in to the high thought too much, you're going to be super high. And then if that low thought comes and you play in that way too much, you're literally gonna go to the polar opposite. So from a high to the polar opposite, which is a crazy low. And then the last thing, not understanding how to regulate your emotions and your nervous system. So we are not taught tools. Think about this in school, right? We're not taught tools to handle our emotions. We just aren't. It's plain and simple. The schooling system teaches you how to be a worker, how to be a slave to the system, basically. They don't care about your emotions. Think about it. Like, did we have any class in school to teach you how to handle emotions? No, we didn't. And if there was, we should have been taught breath work. We should have been taught journaling. We should have been taught meditation. We should have been taught that we are not our emotions. So we should never say, I am depressed. We should say, I feel depressed. They're two completely different statements. So we weren't set up to regulate our emotions properly. Also, regulating our nervous system. We weren't taught that either. And guess what? When you're stuck in fight or flight mode all the time, you're all over the place. Your brain is like, you could be super happy, but then if your brain views something as like life-threatening, guess what? You're gone. You're in that fight mode, and you're like all over the place now. So, I was watching a video on bipolar. We're just gonna call it a human being experiencing fucking emotions that they haven't handled. That's what we're gonna call it for now. But I watched the video, and it said what I was saying in the beginning, that you experience major depressive disorder symptoms, right? So hopelessness, lack of energy and focus, and then eating and sleeping too much or too little, right? And I'm going to explain to you what these things actually are. Like, the hopelessness is only because you're spending too much time in the past. I've been there, done that. You're spending too much time ruminating on the past, and it's hurting you. Because you're causing yourself to relive experiences that were like traumatic to you. So of course you're going to feel hopeless that nothing can ever change, because you're literally reliving the past over and over again just from ruminating on it. Second thing, lack of energy and focus. So because of all your energy, or because all your focus is on the past, guess where all your energy is? On the past, and recreating the past into your present moment. So how could you have energy to do anything else? To spend time with family, to go make friends, to go to the gym, to like go to the grocery store so you could eat right rather than ordering Uber Eats, or just going to, like, I used to do this, going to Walmart, getting double stuffed Oreos, some milk, and killing all of it. Like, all your energy is taken up in the past so much that, like, you don't have energy to do anything else. You just want the easy route because all your energy's gone. And then focus, like, your focus is in the past. How can you place your focus somewhere else when it's over here? Like, if it should be here in the present moment, right? And you're off in the past in the present moment, how can your focus be good enough to stay present? To, like, stay good enough to read, to, like, sit down and watch an educational video, to sit down and read a book, to sit down and, like, be present and listen to somebody speak as you're having a conversation with them. So that's for major depressive disorder. That's what they said that the highs are for somebody who is bipolar. Bullshit. And then manic, right? I think the biggest thing that bothered me about what they said about mania, right, is that when bipolar people get manic, that they think that they're on a mission sent from God. And that, like, I can't remember what the other one was, but that was the biggest one, because I've always felt that way. And I think a lot of people feel that way, where they're like, they know that they were put here for a reason, and that God placed us here for a reason, and gave us each our own individual gifts for us to become the person who can actually share that gift with the world. And we don't see many people do that. We don't see many people actually make it to that place where they share their gift with the world, right? And the way that I view this is, if somebody is telling you, like, you're delusional and you are mentally ill for thinking that God placed you here with a mission, like, that was told to me while I was in the hospital. You know how discouraging that was? I know some of you guys have probably been told the same shit over and over again. Like, somebody telling you, like, basically you're not as special as you think you are. Which is a load of horseshit, because, like I said, God put us all here for a reason with our own individual gifts so that we can become the person who can actually share them with the world. So that bothered me bad, because I'm like, damn, I have, like, personal experience with somebody telling me that like, dude, that's not, like, you are not on a mission from fuck, bro. That shit's so bad. Everybody is. Literally everyone. So, I actually found the other one. It said, people thinking that they have supernatural powers. AKA, like, fucking intuition, being able to read people. Like, dude, because of my upbringing, I had no choice in the environments that I was in to be able to read people really well. Read their body language, read, like, not be able to read their mind, but be able to, like, use their facial expressions to kind of, like, see how they're thinking. Like, I can get in somebody's head pretty quick just from looking at them, right? And to me, that is a superpower. And I felt my whole life that I was really good at that. And to be told again that, like, oh, you're a weirdo, bro, for thinking that, basically. It's so fucked, bro. Because a lot of people are good at that. A lot of, like, coaches that are really good at coaching, they're very good at that. And just think, if those coaches were beat up so bad by the world and told over and over again, like, you think you have a superpower and you're just fucking weird, basically, like, think about how many coaches we wouldn't have. Like, I have a coach that's literally saving people's lives. I hear it all the time. All right. So also, another big thing. It said, poor decision making. So no regard for consequences, basically. And the way that I view that is you just have self-sabotaging behavior that's manipulating you, or that's being self-sabotaging behavior that's being manipulated by your ego to keep you the same. For those of you who don't know what the ego is, the ego literally just protects your old identity. So, like, for myself, right? The Anthony that needed to keep himself safe because he was in unsafe environments growing up as a kid, like, my ego will always show up in a way to protect that identity, to keep bringing me back to that, to keep getting me to think that way, to believe things that match that way of thinking, to perceive the world, to perceive other people that brings me back to that identity. So, poor decision making is literally just self-sabotaging behavior. And after watching that video, what it reminded me of, or made me really think of, was the movie Glass. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Glass. Or Mr. Glass, maybe. No, I think it's Glass. Well, there's Mr. Glass, a dude that has, like, freakishly good intuition. He can, like, touch somebody and, like, see into their... He can, like, see into their future, basically. And then there's another dude who has a ton of different personalities and superhuman strength is in one of the personalities, right? So, the movie starts where, like, the dude with the really, who can, like, see into the future is, like, looking for this dude who's been, like, killing girls, basically. So he eventually finds the dude, long story short, right? Eventually finds the dude, but as he finds the dude, like, they both end up getting arrested and they get brought to this facility. So in the facility are those two dudes and then Mr. Glass, right? And pretty much the whole time, like, the psychiatrist that's treating all three of them, Mr. Glass, the Beast from Split, that's actually what movie he's from, and then the other dude who has, like, who can, like, see into the future, they're trying to convince them that they think they have these superpowers, but they really don't, right? Like, this psychiatrist over and over again is trying to tell them this. So just remember that, right? Like, because I'm going to tie everything together. So the psychiatrist is trying to convince them that. And, like, Mr. Glass is, like, known for being, like, sneaky, like, as shit. Like, super sneaky. So what they try and do when he gets into the facility is give him this medication that would sedate him. And because he's this sneaky ass dude, guess what he did? He did sleight of hand with his medication. So the whole time they thought they were giving him some stuff that sedates him and makes him like a zombie. And he did sleight of hand with ibuprofen. So they were just giving him the same dose in ibuprofen that they should have been giving for the other medication that would sedate him. So he's, like, sneaking around the facility at nighttime like slipping past all the guards and stuff. And like eventually the psychiatrist and the security guards find out that he's doing that. And the whole time he's like setting up the facility to be able to like live stream from cameras. So the psychiatrist pulls Mr. Glass into a room, or she comes into his room, and she's like, Mr. Glass, we know you've been sneaking around the facility this whole time. Like, you can't, you can't get past us, basically. Like, we know what you're doing. And she said, we put cameras all over the facility so that we can catch you next time, right? So there's cameras all over this facility. So a little after this, like, Mr. Glass goes to break out the dude who has superhuman strength. And what he actually has to do is, like, break this light thing, right? Because, like I said, the dude from Split has a personality where he's the Beast. And he has, like, superhuman strength. And he'll, like, kill people, like, break their bones and shit. So the light was set up to get him to change personalities, so that if he did turn into the Beast, he would run, get too close to the light, the sensor would go off, it would flash, and he would change personalities. So Mr. Glass goes in there, he breaks that. And this whole time, Mr. Glass is trying to get the Beast, or the dude from Split, and the other guy, like, to fight. He wants them to go fight somewhere. And he wants them to, like, fight somewhere public, right? So that the whole world can see, like, that these guys are real, and that they exist, and that they're not fake, and that they do have superhuman powers, right? So Mr. Glass eventually gets the Beast out, and he, like, kills the security guards. And what he does with the Beast is he literally takes him around the whole facility on purpose, right? Has him, like, climbing on the ceiling and on the walls and, like, doing all this crazy shit so that all the cameras could see it. And then eventually he gets the other dude out too. Or the other dude, like, breaks out. And Mr. Glass gets them to all meet in the courtyard, right? And, like, a SWAT team comes and is trying to like, stop them, basically. So Split and this other dude, they fight, they end up in a tank of water, and then it discombobulates the dude who can see into the future. They kill him, they kill Split because they shoot him. But, like, they fought before this, right, in the courtyard. And they also kill Mr. Glass. And this is where the movie got really fucking good. Mr. Glass, the whole time, was live streaming that onto, like, some hard drive or some shit. So even though they died, the file on that hard drive got emailed to the loved ones of the dudes that got killed. So Mr. Glass, Split, the other dude. File got emailed to them, right? So they got to see it. And it was also, like, live streaming on the dark web, basically. So what they end up doing is they take, like, the loved ones, they take it and they put everything up on social media, right? So, like, they're in the train station and all the all these people are, like, pulling up their phone, like, scrolling through social media, like, in awe, right? Because they're seeing these dudes fight and the superhuman strength and seeing the dude crawling on the ceiling and shit. And the way that I took this, right, is, like, one of the greatest sources of inspiration are, like, these people who make it from nothing and become something, and they perceivably, to normal people, have superpowers, right? Because they made it. They, like, got out of the bad situations they were in. So the way I saw it is the world will try and beat you up and make you think you're not special. They'll try and like beat you up so fucking hard that like now you just stay living a normal life. So we need these people like Mr. Glass, the other two dudes, to like go do their thing and be seen on social media, like show us proof that these things can happen in order to inspire the world. And there's only a few people that do it. There was 3 in that movie. I mean, there's way more in the world. There's people in the US. There's people all over the place that like make it from nothing and now are super wealthy. Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Wes Watson, like, and we need those people. But to me, that was the message in the movie. That the world will try and beat you up, make you think you don't have a gift, make you not see a vision, make you think that you're just this regular ass, normal ass person who doesn't have a gift, and then discourage you so much that you don't even want to try anymore. But then when you see that these other people did it that had nothing, you're inspired now. And now you actually want to go after shit. So take it from the dude who was told he had bipolar. It's a load of horse shit. Don't let society label you, because you can do this shit one of 2 ways. You can either hear something like that and be like, oh hell no, I don't accept that. I'm not accepting a label. I'll never be told that. I'll never let somebody tell me that I'm going to have to be on medication the rest of my life. I'll never let somebody tell me that I'm going to struggle with this thing for the rest of my life. I will always find a solution. Or you could be the person who plays the victim and says, because I have this, I can't change. Because I have this, I can't live a normal life. Because I have this, I'll be on medication my whole life. Don't be that person. Be the other one. And if this video was at all valuable for you, I really want you to share it with somebody, please. Somebody that you know that struggles with mental health, because this message has to get out to the world. Like, people have to stop accepting labels just because the doctor told them. Guess what? The doctor who told you is probably fat. And guess what? They're supposed to be teaching you how to be healthy mentally, physically, emotionally. They're not even healthy themselves. So their fucking opinion, irrelevant. Don't let the world beat you down. Don't let the world tell you you're not special. Don't let the world tell you you don't have a gift. Because we all do. I promise you we all do. You just have to find it. And not get so discouraged before you do. So please, 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 please. This message is literally meant for the whole fucking world. Share this with somebody if it impacted you. If it was able to shift your perspective even just a little bit. And as always, I'll be back with more videos. I love you guys. And stay strong. Don't let the world fucking beat your ass. Please. We need more people to give inspiration to the world. Peace out.